Good afternoon. It is Sunday, May the 17th at 12:23 p.m. I am Miss Kim with Miss Kim's Tarot and Tearoom.com. I just wanted to give you an update. It's been about a week since I've been able to do a video, so I wanted to just touch on a few things that's going on at the beginning of the week and do an unboxing of a deck of cards that I happen to have that's 30 years old. It's in pristine shape. It's just a beautiful deck of cards. And then I was going to do a quick spread just to see how our week's going to go. So, like I said, it's May the 17th, 2026. Mercury has now gone into Gemini at 6:26 a.m. Eastern Time. The moon will be in Gemini until 3:36 p.m. today, which is the 17th, and then it goes void of course and will remain void of course until 9:46 p.m. tomorrow. So that's going to be a very long void of course. So if you need to do anything that requires a lot of mental thought or activity, do it today before 3:30 p.m. Or you want to wait until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. And then Mars is going to go into Taurus at 6:25 p.m. on the 18th, which is tomorrow. Venus will be in Cancer at 9:05 p.m. and the moon will be in Cancer at 9:46 p.m. So it's time to think about home, your children, nourishing food, your mother, and financial security. We may make discoveries with some antiquities or history might be important. You may want to change your home around or redecorate it this time. And you may be more emotional and excitable on the 18th. So just definitely think of these things as you make your plans. So this is the I got to figure out how to get it on here. The new Palladini Tarot deck. It's a beautiful deck. It actually is 30 years old. This little guy is 30 years old, and the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to see if I can share on the screen and see if we can there we go. That's much better. I don't know why I didn't think that about that before. So here we have just telling a little bit about the deck. It's an Italian deck and it's very slick. So it's not your usual card. This is when they started to make changes in the kind of paper they were using. So here you got the beautiful fool. He is a handsome fool for sure. And the magician. So I'm going to try a spread with this deck. It's a little bit difficult because the back is so shiny. So it's not as easy to spread, but I'm going to see what I can do to pick a something here and find out what it is we need to know. So the one thing is the Five of Swords. You may be having an issue with somebody that likes to cause pain just because they can, or they like to win, and you're not even sure what it is that they're going to win. So the people that are kind of in this play together, for lack of a better word, some people may just walk away from it, but there's one person that wants to be the victor. And that's very important to them, no matter what, to the point that it almost consumes them. And And that's a sad thing to be in a place like that, but I'm afraid that we do have egos in this world, and sometimes the egos want to win. So then we have the Two of Rods. So there's a time of making a choice between two different things. And it's usually, do I want to stay with what I have, or do I want to gamble on something that's going to be completely different and out of my comfort zone? So we may be there. So there's a lot of activity that looks like that's going on with these cards. A lot of emotional and mental changes that are going on. We have the Nine of Pentacles, so, or the King of Pentacles, sorry. Stability and financial security is going to be very important at this time. And it's something that the actual astrology was showing anyway. Brandy, are you helping me? And she's been keeping her eyes on me because she's definitely does not like to be away from me. So we have the King of Cups, who is an emotional, more masculine energy. Although it's an acting energy, it has the qualities of great counsel, a very emotionally rich life, and water being very important to this person or situation. Oh, and we have the Ace of Rods, which is the beginning stages of activity, a new activity, going out on a different journey in life. So this person could be the beginning stages of giving you an indicator that that's what's happening. Okay. And here we have the Eight of Rods. There's a message that's going to be coming in or has already come in that's going to create a lot of activity and messages that are going to go back and forth and back and forth. Now we're talking about this for this week. So this is a lot of stuff. The Two of Pentacles might put you in a position, Alexa, cancel, of having to juggle because of the changes that are taking place so quickly. We're getting ready to get into Gemini territory on, let's see here, that sun goes into Gemini on the 20th. And when the Gemini territory comes in, things take off very quickly. It goes from very grounded energy to let's go. And I need some action going on here. So that's going to be occurring. Let's see if I can get this up where you can see a little bit more. Okay. So the best way to deal with this is to definitely use your intellectual abilities to handle most things. And you may have to be dealing with authority in some way. So meet it with respect, but don't allow yourself to be ran over by people who are power hungry. The Seven of Rods is saying, hey, we've got a lot coming at us at one time, but we have the ability to handle each thing. I have the ability to stave off what is coming at me too hard, and I can take on one thing at a time and it will be handled. And then here we have the Queen of Swords. She's a little bit more intellectual, but she can feel like she's cold and uncaring, because when she's on a mission, her eye is on the prize and she thinks nothing else. So it's kind of giving us an indicator to not be so consumed of what we want that we forget that there's people around us that are human that we have to take into account, not just what our goal is. And then we have the Tower, which is going to possibly collapse some plans. We have Strength, which means good health. We have a card that's fallen and can't get up. And we have the Hermit. So lots of major arcana cards coming out here. And if I'm going to look at it together, from the Tower, actually collapsing some plans, it's going to test your strength, and you're going to definitely come out, in a positive light. You're going to see what you're capable of, and it's also going to elevate your consciousness in some way. So that's pretty cool, I'll have to say. I love the way these cards feel because they almost feel like they have some kind of a magnetic energy off of them. Every once in a while, you'll get a hold of a deck of cards that's absorbed its environment, and that's what it feels like this one's done. And it's got good energy, but it's very like magnetic feeling. So these cards are hard to get, but I've been collecting these cards since I was in my teens, and I've got lots of decks. So occasionally I like to let people see what they look like on the inside. So if they ever decide that they want to work with them or buy them, they can take a look at them first. So let me just work with my regular cards, which is the ones that I bought when I was 12 years old at Carowinds amusement park at the magic shop. And I continue, I just buy new cards, but I continue to work with those cards because the colors are so vibrant and they just talk to me. They're considered beginners cards, but I guess I've been a beginner for now 51 years. And I don't mind. I mean, you're always learning anyway. So I'm just going to say, what is it that we need to know spiritually on how to handle things this week? And the one thing that is saying is expect messages, expect to learn something, expect some business opportunities. There could be some things about education that you want to learn, or you're setting yourself in motion for a new thing to learn to do next. And then here we have people having a meeting. They might want your special skills that you have, especially if you have a unique skill. Or there could be some kind of a mediation or a gathering of people trying to figure something out. What's the best way to handle this so that all parties, it'll be more harmonious and financially more stable. And the outcome is once again showing this responsibility, a steady moving, and then all of a sudden it's going to take off. That's when we get to that Gemini sun, because we're definitely seeing that Gemini moon, and then we're going to be dealing with feelings. We're going to be feeling with feelings this week that we may have not dealt with before, especially with things having to do with our mothers or mothering issues, things having to do with if it's going to be health wise. If you're having any issues with your throat, that's that Mars, too much aggressive energy. You got to watch what comes out of your mouth. It'll be either too forceful, could be hurtful. That throat chakra is going to engage when Mars goes into Taurus, because this is all about communication. And just pay attention to that. And of course, if you're having any issues with your arms, that's with Gemini. So I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.